What's up, guys? Thanks for coming back, hanging out with Ramo Red Track. Don't forget to hit my Cash App. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to your community. Help me get to 1,000. I just ran across this interview here. Obama just did an interview. This was 3 days ago, and I didn't catch it. So I know some people missed it, so I wanted to go ahead and post it because Obama is my man. You know what I mean? Like, I really was just so proud of how he handled himself in the office. I mean, cool. I don't care what side you on. That would be the word to describe this man. I'm gonna get on out the way and let him take over. This is a CNN interview with Amanpour, lady Christine Amanpour. All right, enjoy it, guys.
It is wonderful to be with you.
Can I ask you about your commitment to democracy right here in Athens? You did give a speech, your last speech as president, about a week after President Trump won, and you talked about your faith in the solidity of the democratic ideals. A lot has happened still since then, right?
That's true.
Do you still feel that way? Do you feel democracy will win?
I do believe that democracy will win if we fight for it. Democracy is not self-executing. It depends on the engagement of citizens and an active mobilization of people around the belief, not just in any particular issue, but the belief in self-governance and rule of law and independent judiciary, a free press, all the civic institutions that go into making a democracy work. And I think it is indisputable that a combination of forces have put enormous strains on democracy, and that we've seen a backlash against democratic ideals around the world. It's not unique to any one place. It's happened in Europe. It's happened in the United States. It's happened in this part of the world, around the Mediterranean. It's happening in Asia. The reason I'm optimistic is because I believe, particularly as I meet young people around the world, there is still a fundamental belief in the dignity and worth of individuals and their agency in determining what their lives are like. I think that's what young people want. But our existing democratic institutions are creaky, and we're going to have to reform them.
So let's ask about the creaky or not institutions in the United States.
Yeah.
The spectacle of a former president being federally indicted. How is the rest of the world, the democratic world, maybe even the non-democratic world, meant to interpret that indictment and indeed the fact that a federal indictee is able to run for the highest office in the land, maybe even the world?
It's less than ideal. But the fact that we have a former president who is having to answer to charges brought by prosecutors does uphold the basic notion that nobody's above the law. And the allegations will now be sorted out through a court process. I think I'm more concerned when it comes to the United States with the fact that not just one particular individual is being accused of undermining existing laws, but that more broadly we've seen, whether it's through the gerrymandering of districts, whether it's trying to silence critics through changes in legislative process, whether it's attempts to intimidate the press, a strand of anti-democratic sentiment that we've seen in the United States. It's something that is right now most prominent in the Republican Party, but I don't think it's something that is unique to one party. I think there is a less tolerance for ideas that don't suit us. And it's sort of the habits of a free and open exchange of ideas, and the idea that we all agree to the rules of the game, and even if the outcomes aren't always the ones we like, we still abide by those rules. I think that's weakened since I left office, and we're going to need to strengthen them again.
So,
And I'll tell you guys a great story about Obama and how I became an Obama fan. Around 2008, I was here in Georgia. I've been a tennis coach. I guess I had been coaching for about maybe 10 years, 15 years by then. But around 2008, the economy went off base. Or was it 2007? Something like that, right? And so, in my industry, the tennis industry, the first thing the husband wants to do is tell his wife she can't take tennis lessons, okay? So that's like, boom, right? So that hit me. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go up north, take a job, and just work indoors because I always wanted to work indoors. So I ended up in Boston. And I moved to this like cool little town called Haverhill. Okay. And it just so happened Obama had just started his like tour. I think he spoke first at the Lincoln Monument, and then I believe his second stop was in New Hampshire. And Haverhill's right on the border of New Hampshire. So anyway, I'm like, okay, I'm going to just go see the guy. I didn't know who he was going to be, right? But I was like, it's a brother, he's running. I didn't know he was going to be able to win. I was just like, I'm going to just go see him. I go out there, no more than 200 people. No more than 200 people there. There was no security, okay? They had a little small, like roping off the stage. That was the only thing between him and the crowd. That's how little known he was. Okay. I was like, all right, well, let's see what the brother got, right? So I'm like standing all the way back behind everybody. I'm at the back. I'm not, and it was like in a park. So I'm not like up near the stage. I'm all the way at the back. So I'm just listening to him talk. And the first thing I noticed in a few seconds of him talking was, and I'm not one of these crazy people, all right? This is something that really happened. And I've seen this around other people before. It happened when I went to go see Michael Jackson, Prince, Mandela. Anyway, there was like a light. Not like a bright light. It was an aura. It was a white aura around him. Yep. Straight up. And like just listening to him speak, and you guys have heard him speak, it was like, wow. Okay? That was the first time. Now, I'm in my 30s now at this time when I went to there. That was the first time in my life that I have ever walked up to a human being and flashed a picture of them. That's how impressed I was. And I don't think and I have never done it since. I'm not that type of person. I literally walked all the way up to the front through that crowd, held my camera up and took a picture of him. And you know what I was saying? That's a bad motherfucker. Straight up. Hey, I'm Ramo Red Track. Thanks for coming back, spending a little time with me. Catch you guys on the Black Hand Side. I'm out of here.